So this is the last part of my You've Got Mail build. And I rearrange a lot of this stuff in the video. I rearranged the whole house a couple of times. I think I cut out most of it though because I was struggling. It's kind of boring to watch people struggle for too long. So yeah, I'm like moving all the lighting around and the flooring. But the reason why I chose to do the You've Got Mail house is because I was trying to come up with ideas. And then I thought about like townhouses, and then I thought of You've Got Mel and how much I liked her house, and it just seemed like she would be a fun person to do. And also a Kaz of her and Tom Hanks I thought would be really fun to do as well. So I did their characters, and I just got started on this. And I don't think I'm going to do where Joe Fox lives, because you don't really see his apartment that much, and it looks kind of like dark and moody. So he can just live with Kathleen. But I've also, since I made this video, I've put breakfast at Tiffany's, Holly Golightly's apartment, in one of the brownstones. So there's 3 of them lined up, and I put Holly's in one, and then I want to put Paul Varjak's on top, because that's how it is in Breakfast at Tiffany's. So, you know, You've Got Mel and Breakfast at Tiffany's can all be together and live in harmony. So I was having a hard time deciding which shelves I wanted to use, because the shelves that I had out right then, they looked so plain. Like they were supposed to be full of books, and there was only books on like the top half, and I didn't like it very much. So I ended up deciding on these other shelves, and I like them. They're huge. They go to the ceiling. I did try to put like different stuff in them to give them a little more variation. Like some of the items will actually go on the shelves. Oh yeah, I just skipped a part where I was like messing around. I don't think I put this stuff in the shelves yet either. Yeah. And I was just trying to find stuff as close to what she had as possible, but I don't know. It's kind of my interpretation of how I thought her apartment might be laid out, or what furniture she kind of might have used. And I think the layout in the movie is completely different than the layout I did, but I just kind of, like, after a couple hours of trying to figure it out, I just did this. I think it's close. I'm not 100% certain, but it's good enough. It'll do. It'll do, donkey. It'll do. What am I doing right now? Oh yeah, I was just trying to find plants and other little accessories. And those little sunflowers on the dining table are supposed to represent like the daisies. Aren't daisies the friendliest flowers? And then I put a bunch of tissue boxes on there because in the movie, when Joe comes over to like talk with her, she's sick and has a fever and there are tissues everywhere. So I tried to put a few tissue boxes around to make it look like that part. She has a temperature, that's what she says. I'm sick, I have a temperature. So she's got her little daisies and her little tissue boxes. And you can see on the shelves, I'm just trying to put different stuff in there to make the shelves look a little bit different from each other. There's only so much you can, without like changing the whole color of the bookcase. I was just trying to figure out what she would have up. Like I said, it's not going to be exactly like her little world, so it's kind of my interpretation thereof. So I thought, you know, cords next to desks, that makes sense. And that parquet floor to the left, that is going to be where her bedroom is. Ooh, it's all black. Come back. So ideally, I would have liked that bedroom area to be bigger, but I only need the apartments. The little townhouse is so wide, so that was kind of the only space I had to work with. And I think her bedroom is right off that family room. She's got like 2 family rooms, turns out, but I just combined them into one. And I think the bedroom is off that, but I just decided to do it there anyway. So if it's not, oh well. And I think the part where she gets the daisies is actually on the other side of the brownstone, where the other family room is, but like I said, I just combined them to like save space, and I didn't really feel like it was necessary to have 2 of them. They look like identical. I didn't realize there were 2 of them until I was looking through pictures, so it seemed kind of pointless to me. I did put her bed on an angle because that is how it is in the movie. And she's got like these fluffy comforters and all these pillows, but I couldn't really do that, so I just did the best I could. I'm putting up curtains, and I really like those drapey white ones that I just put up. How they're all swagged together. I really like how they look all lined up. And I actually, when I made the Breakfast at Tiffany's townhouse, I actually had to switch them. So Breakfast at Tiffany's got put where You've Got Mel is right now. And it was kind of sad because I had to rearrange this whole apartment all over again. And I'm pretty sure I lost some of this stuff just with all the moving around. But it looks almost the same. Now I just gotta figure out how to fill up the rest of the townhouse. I'm running out of room though because you can only have 10 Sims. And I know you can get a mod to get more, but my computer is like barely hanging on as it is. I don't know if adding mods will just do it in. So I have 4 Sims right now, and I've got a lot more room to fill up in these little brownstones. So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. Right now, I've just had people in their different houses by locking the doors of the other Sims. So like, only Joe and Kathleen can get in this apartment, and then in Holly's Golightly's apartment, only Holly and Paul can get in that one. So that was my way of like making this a multiple family home, I guess. But in reality, it's all just one big house. But not in my reality. And I put that book above her bed because I know she loves books, so I figured that might be like maybe a book her mom used to read to her or something that she really liked. And here I am messing around with the floor plan again. And this isn't the last time I move it. Oh, because I'm about to move it again, I think. But I think I might have skipped out that part. The lighting was doing really weird stuff. As I would like delete walls, it would make everything look like a weird blue color for a while. And I think it was just the game trying to catch up. Like, the lighting took a while to catch up to what the rest of the build was doing. Which was a little frustrating, but I got it to work eventually. And I was going to make her apartment all big like this and use up all that space, but then I didn't know what to do. Because I decided not to do the other family room, and there weren't pictures of a second bedroom, so finally I just decided to make the apartment smaller. And there's not really enough room left over on that floor for a second apartment, so I don't know what it's going to be, like a little broom cupboard or something, but a laundry room where everybody can do their laundry, I don't know. But I just didn't want it to be big and then have space that I didn't use. So be big needlessly. But this is the final layout. I do put up a couple more walls, but this is how I decided Kathleen's apartment was. Kathleen. And I wish there was a way that you could like take down the walls that are in front of what you want to look at, but not behind. Because I know you can take down all the walls on the outside, like all the walls completely, or you can just leave it like the outer walls. But I want to be able to like leave up some interior walls and not others. It's very complicated. But I just wish I could get a straight shot, because if they're small bedrooms, they're super hard to put furnishings in or stuff on the wall, because you have to like look down into the room with all the walls up to try to get it. Look in there. You'll see me struggle with the bathroom in a minute. I really like these lights though. Like, they give off the most light out of all of them. And it's like an even district light. It's not just like some rando blob of light floating in the middle there. And this is an awfully long black spot. Here we go, we're back again. And I didn't really know exactly what to put, so I just scattered like books around and some mail, which is appropriate. You've got mail. And I like that computer. It was the oldest one I could find, when really she had like a really old chunky laptop. But I like the computer I used, because if she had a desktop, I imagine it would have looked a little something like that. Maybe it would have been the first Apple computers that weren't Macintoshes, that had like the see-through blue back and it was really cool if you could like see the inner workings, so everything was see-through, like phones, computers. It was a good time to be alive. So I don't know, Kathleen, if she had had a desktop, she probably would have had like a teal apple. Yeah, her desktop would have been teal and see-through. You gotta have both. So yeah, so the bathroom's easy to do until you start putting stuff on the walls. Then you have to be able to see the walls, but they're in the way. It's just a paradox. See, there I go, I'm trying. And I didn't finish up the hallway where the stairs are yet. I wanted to wait and see like what else is going to go in this building before I finish it off completely. But I want to put like little mailboxes at the bottom, and then a laundry room, just to kind of make it look more realistic. Ooh, I could do the Man in the Yellow Hat's apartment from Curious George. That would actually be super fun. But there would be no George. Because I could take a child and make it look like a monkey, but that sounds like the freakiest thing I've ever seen. So maybe just the Man in the Yellow Hat. And that one colleague. Oh, I forgot her name. The scientist with Lovers in the Night. If you don't have kids, or haven't been a kid recently, then you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But Curious George is where it's at. So I'm almost done with all the furnishings. I just put the last couple things in, and now here are the screenshots. Yeah, they're not like the greatest pictures, but I'm still trying to figure out my life, get all my stuff together, and figure out what exactly I want to do. And as far as like getting good pictures is involved, I guess. I get a couple pictures in here with Kathleen and Joe, and I tried to make it look kind of like the movie, but it was really fun to do. Like, there she is, hunched over her desk.